Streets 993, your choice of hip hop and R&B. C-Dub is up in here, and I got these two wonderful ladies right here. And if you don't know who they are, you need to be paying attention, okay? I'm bringing valuable people in here to educate and help your life for 2025, okay? I got my girl Marteka Lee is here from Just Find Your Biz, and also Danielle McGee from Black Business Boom. Ladies, how y'all doing today?
Good.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show today. So to kick it off, tell us a little bit about you, where you from, what school, and all that type of stuff, so the people that's listening and watching can know a little bit more about you.
Yes, I'm Marteka Lee. I'm a Nashville native.
Okay.
They call us unicorns around here. You know,
what school did you go to?
I went to Hume Fogg. I did. Don't do
I
that.
ain't gonna say that because my little sister went to Hume Fogg.
Okay, all right.
I couldn't get there. I had to go to Stratford. We ain't gonna talk about that.
But yeah, I'm the owner of Just Mind Your Biz LLC. I specialize in business filings and compliance documents, and I'm also a sales operations strategist. So I started Just Mind Your Biz to be a hub and a network for entrepreneurs, because I remember how hard it was years ago when I started my first business, trying to find, I need a web designer, and now I need a CPA, and now I need all the right people. And we had a great business model, but I made all the wrong decisions, right? Overhead costs way too high, just not knowing. So I started Just Mind Your Biz to be a network to help entrepreneurs with whatever they need. I know somebody, or I have a person on my team that can fulfill your business need. And most importantly, a lot of us, of course, capital is always an issue, but not having our business documents in order.
Oh man, that's the main thing.
It keeps so many entrepreneurs from being able to access capital, grants, SBA loans. So that's my specialty.
One I see a lot is I see Danielle posted, y'all out here not operating with a bank account. Why are you still operating with a cash out? Come on, people.
Seriously.
Anyway, Danielle, tell us a little bit about you, lady.
I am Danielle McGee Gibson, founder of Black Business Boom and nonprofit organization Boomin University. I'm a Chicago native.
Chi-town.
Yes, I make sure to let people know that as often as I possibly can. I've been here in Nashville, though, almost 9 years. It's flown by.
It's more than 7, so you're a Nashvilleian now.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And so I am just focused on providing for the Black business community in whatever ways I can. We started Black Business Boom over 6 years ago now as the Groupon for Black-owned businesses. Through that process, as I was onboarding businesses onto the platform with their coupons, I learned that many of these businesses have so many other struggles. And I had learned so many lessons in my previous businesses that I decided it made sense for me to give back to Black business owners by educating them and positioning them to get capital and helping them to market their businesses. So I really just, I'm tuned into the Black business community, and I try to I identify those gaps and look for ways to fix them. So I'm always creating new things, whether it be a course or a workshop, whatever it may be, to help that Black business owners are getting what they need to take their businesses to the next level.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we on the show today talking about the Entrepreneur Summit that's going on. No Gatekeeping, February the 1st. Tell us where the idea came from, the No Gatekeeping.
So, to be honest, I told Danielle this, I like working behind the scenes in business. I've been doing it for years. And last year I was like, man, I'm ready to take this thing to the next level. Now, within my own network, very well connected, we make money together. Like if I need something, I come their way, or I tell somebody else, hey, you need to, check out this person, whatever. And so in my network, that's what we do. We share information. But then I realized outside of my network, people not working together. And I didn't know that because I stayed in my own bubble.
Right.
So I started this initiative, No Gatekeeping, to eradicate that mindset that you have to withhold information from somebody else to try to secure and protect your, what you've built. Because a lot of entrepreneurs think that, right? Once they tap into something, they think that, well, man, let me hold on to this because I don't want to. Somebody might take my idea, or they gonna
me and make more money than me.
Right?
And I'm gonna be looking like, man, that's supposed to be me making all that money.
Right? Yeah. No, we are actually so much better together. So that's why I started this, and of course, when I thought about the event, I was like, man, working my network, I was like, man, it would be great to have Danielle McGee as a keynote speaker. So I started reaching out to people. And of course, somebody that knew her directly was like, oh, let me make that phone call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how it happened.
What would you say, who would you say this event is for?
This event is for aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs that are mentally prepared and have made the decision they're ready to go to the next level.
Okay.
They're ready to get in that space where they are growing and achieve sustainability, because sustainability in Black business that's our biggest issue. You know, startups are every day, but then 2-3 years down the road, they're dissolving their company. Their debt is way overextended. They just couldn't manage to grow and sustain. So, yeah.
Could you walk us through, for the people who are watching and listening, they don't know anything about this event, what are some key points or the agenda that you want the people to get at the event after they leave the event? So
I can tell you for sure, I have some amazing people lined up. In addition to Danielle being the keynote speaker, you're going to find out about SBA loans. I have a specialist coming in. She's going to be talking about exactly how to be eligible and qualified for these loans and then take advantage of small business administration loans. I have a guest coming in talking about a marketing PR, Yolanda Beach. She's gonna give she's going to give a wonderful talk.
Shout out to the Beach Firm.
Shout out to the Beach Firm. So just giving more information about that. And then of course Carlos, he's gonna be giving his entrepreneurial story. I contacted Carlos and I was like, listen, I grew up with Carlos. Our families grew up in church together. And I was like, I've had the pleasure of seeing his growth when he got started, you know what I'm saying? And just seeing Nashville Black Market is huge and what it's become, right? So I was like, the people need to know your story, Carlos. They need to know, like, you know, how you grew it. They need to know the struggles, right? How you might have had to pivot, right? They needed to know your challenges and the decisions that he made, you know, pretty much. So yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna talk about brand development, and then we will have wonderful information from Miss Danielle McGee.
Danielle, what you gonna? I don't want you to give all the juice.
I haven't decided yet, to be honest with you, because there's just so many messages I think that our community needs, and so I think that I'm gonna speak about action, because we sit back, we go to these summits, we go to conferences, we go to classes, we in this cohort, we in this thing, and we're taking in all this information, and it means nothing if we don't put the action behind it. And so true. I really just want us to understand the importance in getting the information and taking action, right? So when you have folks like myself, like Marteka, like Carlos, that are freely give information. I freely give information on a daily basis. I coach entrepreneurs for free. I'm mentoring entrepreneurs for free. And the only thing that'll stop me from working with somebody is them not taking action. Because don't waste my time. You wasted my time and your time, right?
And that's something we can't get back.
It's all nice. We can learn all this stuff, but if we don't put the action behind it, it's not going to work, right? And then folks are complaining about the business is not working. People are not supporting. No, did you do what you were supposed to do as an entrepreneur? Because when you put that action and that grind behind it, you're going to get some results, right? Like, I'm not telling you you're going to be overnight millionaire or nothing like that. You know, all of this works if you work it. And so that little step that you take, every little step that you take adds up to something big. But we have to start the process. We got to put the action behind the things that we're learning. And so I think that that's where, I don't know, again, there's so many things that I feel like we need to hear, but I really want us to understand when people like Marteka are taking the time and energy to put together such a wonderful event that our community needs. And you have people who are showing up and they're pouring into you, and they aren't gatekeeping. They're giving you the information that you need, that it's up to you to take it and do something with it and to ensure that you're seeing the growth that you say that you want.
Would you say that a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of them are solopreneurs and trying to do it themselves, do you think that they don't believe that it'll... I'm trying to figure out how to get the words. There's a barrier that they think is bigger than it really is when it's really not. And it's just taking some action steps to what would you say some things are stopping people from taking actions?
We absolutely stop ourselves a lot of times, right? It's those self-limiting beliefs that I can't do it, that no one will support me, that I didn't see them supporting them, they're not going to support me. Many times we're stopping and we're taking this class after class after class, and I'm someone my whole nonprofit is built around educating, so I'm not against education, but it bothers me when I see the folks that are coming through class after class with us, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, did you go do this thing? Did you get the website? And they still haven't done it. And some of that is, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe I can overcome. We know that there are absolutely barriers to success that exist for Black business owners. Right. We know that access to capital, we know that, we can't, in a lot of cases, afford the professional services we need. But there are lots of free resources out there. There's so much. So we have to step out. We have to first develop our mindset. Right. And that's the most important part, right? Like there will be very difficult days, right? And so I try to set the expectation for folks that are like, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to start a business. It's going to be hard. I'm not here to tell anybody, it's going to be fine.
Not at all.
I really think the pandemic messed up people because they was really all on social media and like, I'm going to start me an LLC and I'm going to start a business. Not knowing that you still have the worker mindset. You got to understand this first before you get there. You can't make the money. That's going to take a minute to get there. You need this to grow and develop first before you get up. And I think they showboat a lot of the fluff on social media.
But I want folks to understand also that there are very few shortcuts to success, right? Like they work for the typical Black entrepreneur, right? Like for some reason, it feels like a lot of Black business owners think that the rules in business don't apply to us. That, I don't need a bank account. I don't. Now, what make you think that you don't need one when every other successful business owner has had one, right? Like, what makes you the exception to the rules? Now, sure enough, there are folks that may get on social media and they produce some content that goes viral and they get all these, and all of a sudden they got all these customers. That is the exception, not the rule, right? And so we have to understand that the rules of business apply to us. And there are steps that you take to success, right? And if you're hearing that from people who have been successful, why would you decide I'm not going to listen and I'm going to do things my own way because I know better, right? Ooh. That's like me telling my doctor, I'm not going to do what the doctor says because, but they done went to school for all these years, right? Like they clearly, they've saved people's lives, right? Like this is what they do. But I'm going to be like, you know what? No, I think I'm going to go on this Google and I'm going to go with what they say on Google versus what the doctor says. Like maybe you will, every now and then you may find a better solution on Google. But for the most part, the experts are telling you, right? There are clues that exist, right? That are out there. There are blueprints to success in business. Do they work 100% of the time? No. Business is hard for everybody, no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from. But the blueprint is there. And if you follow that blueprint, you will either be successful or you will learn some very valuable lessons, and maybe the next go round you'll be successful. And that's exactly what I've learned in my journey, that I just was out here making all type of haphazard decisions as a business owner. When I decided, let me go take a class on how to actually start a business, and went through Corner to Corner. I'd already been an entrepreneur for 5 years when I went through Corner to Corner. I got the foundational things. I followed. This is the blueprint. They telling me exactly what to do. I got to get a bank account. I got to, register my business. I have to be bookkeeping. These are some marketing things you got to do. You need to have a website. Like these are the foundational things. Right. And when I followed those things is when I built a successful business.
Yeah. So Marteka, can you tell us some information about the event, where it's held, how do they get tickets, and why they need to be at this event?
You just need to be in the room. Be in the room, be in a space with the people that can help your business grow, just like she said. And I built my business to hold entrepreneurs accountable. I work hands-on with my clients. Just because of what you said, they take all these classes, these courses, and then they don't follow through. No, I'm going to make sure we're going to take every step to and make sure it gets done. So yes, be a No Gatekeeping Entrepreneur Summit. It's February 1st. It's going to be at Embassy Suites by Hilton, Nashville Airport location. And you can go to our website, justmindyourbiz.com, or you can text Summit to 888-571-3879, and you'll receive a link directly to the site.
Getting the information. That way you can help better your business in 2025. Ladies, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get out of here, Kiki, I need you to talk to the people right there. One last thing you would like to tell somebody and they're thinking about attending and like, I don't know, should I take off work? I mean, like what's like all of these obstacles and excuses on why they don't need to be here. So tell them right now.
I'll tell you right now from my own experience. Listen, I made a decision to have this event. I started just one foot in front of the other, putting forth the action, right? And everything has lined up and just really fallen into place. So now I'm creating an environment so that entrepreneurs that are ready, that truly believe this is your year for growth, there's no other option. There's no option B, right? This has to work, or else if that is what you believe, you need to be at No Gatekeeping Entrepreneur Summit. And then on top of that, we just partnered with AT&T.
What?
For this event. So if they're believing and they're pouring into this network and they believe in No Gatekeeping, you need to believe in you.
Thank you, Marteka Lee, and also Danielle McGee for joining us on the show today. You guys can get that information. No Gatekeeping Entrepreneur Summit 2025. All right. More information is going to be on the website, streets993.com. Again, ladies, thank you for coming through. Again, that door is always open. Come on through here and talk to these people. We're going to help educate these people in these businesses in 2025. We out of here. Holla.